Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Hey, everybody, how you doing? This is TPIM. That's our live. I'm your host, True Powers Mine. Today's date, September 26, 2019, the year of our Lord. Everybody, today's topic, the attack on the West. What's up? Do you think it's coincidence, my friend? Boris Johnson, Donald Trump, Benjamin Netanyahu, all under fire politically, simultaneously, and yes, on the eve of major conflict. This right here, this picture, the richest Americans in each state. The real reason why I bring this to your attention, hold on, let me focus this a little bit better. Can I? No, it just gets blurrier. I understand. Well, I know the video quality sucks. I am working on getting a better camera, gal. So things like this will not basically occur. Okay, now check this out. Jeff Bezos, $11 billion, or $115 billion. My bad, Jeff. Warren Buffett, $83 billion. John Maynard Jr., $16 billion. Gary, I can't even see his name. Oh, Gary is with a billion. That's with a B. Jim Walton, $52 billion. Charles Koch, $59 billion. Pierre something, name's too tiny, $10 billion. Mark Zuckerberg, $72 billion. Mike Bloomberg, $51 billion. Terry Peterfly or something, $16 billion. Thomas, rather. My bad, you're doing great, brother. Gail, I can't see these. I literally cannot see that, but it's $3 billion. Jacqueline Mars, $43 billion. Marty, welcome to the show. Peace, power, unity. Ken Griffin, $9 billion. I mean, there's a lot of folks up in here, right? This is what I was talking about the other day, man. I just happened to find this. This is what I was talking about the other day. 97% of this country is already hemmed up by folks like this. They already got the wealth. Sheldon Alderson, I think it's $34 billion. Phil Knight and family, another $34.2 billion tied up. These people got this thing hemmed up, brother Nick. Welcome to the show. Peace, love, power, light, unity, victory. Abigail Johnson, $16 billion. John, Wolverdeck, $6 billion. And these are like 50 of them because it's all by state. 50 of the richest, and they're all B's, billionaires. Hold on, I gotta increase the font level because I can't see none of that. Brother King, welcome to the show. Peace and power, unity and victory, brother. Sad state of affairs. So this is what it's about, yeah. Because you don't make 50, 100, or even $1 billion without being international. And that's what I want to talk about tonight or today. I'm used to doing the show at night. The West is under attack. Netanyahu says he wants his pre-indictment hearing broadcast live. Hold on. Let's do this so everything's correct. Boris Johnson, hot water. And this is New York Times. All right. And this is happening now. Brother Jay Brown, welcome to the show. Peace, fam. Unity and power. Hold on. I'm bringing up this one here. That was Netanyahu from the Times of Israel. This is New York Times. It's going to be talking about Boris Johnson. And we all should know Donald Trump's in hot water, right? Hold on. Let me, I got to kill that so that these can live. This is supposed to be high-speed internet, by the way, folks. What a utter joke. Look at this. I mean, this is in a, wow. Wow, this is kind of crazy. It's like the whole story's going on. There it is. Right there. I want all this up so I can just click right through it. But now I can't even go here. Hold on. President Trump impeachment. All right. So this is also from the New York Times. Shannon, brother, welcome to the show. Good morning. Peace, power, unity, victory, liberation for us all. These are the three kings of the West. I hate to tell you, but truly it is. Because don't forget, Russia, and not Russia in particular, but also Germany, were often considered the kingdom of the East back in the day. We got three kings in somewhat serious trouble. Now, this is June, but this isn't what I want to talk about. I need to find something. 3 days ago, the new scandal. Boris faces a new scandal, and people see blood in the water. All right? Under fire. Under fire. Come on, let's get a Trumpy Lumpity. This is CNN. I just want to have, they don't have a picture of old boy. Damn, I probably shouldn't call the president a boy, but yeah, I know that was just a little slang. Let me get, I'm sick of it. Let's just start with Netanyahu, and perhaps we can, the others will stop working and actually work. What does Boris Yeltsin really represent? Does he not truly represent the Eastern European mindset or the European mindset in general, conquering a traditional people and land? By his mere presence there, governing and pretending to be genetically related to the throne. Don't forget, Israel comes out of the nation of Jacob. Israel comes out of the nation of David, the leadership portion, or the bloodline of David, the leadership portion, which is genetically or allegedly, which is a genetic component to this thing. Because after they left, after World War II, don't forget, the SS was going to send them to Madagascar off of Africa. For some reason, them Germans thought that the true nation of Israel came out of Africa. And I'm just using that word just so that the people who are new to the show understand the geographical location I'm talking about. Because apparently, when I say Kemet, I get emails and shit. Good morning, Sister Alexandra. Peace, power, love, unity, victory, liberation. And welcome to the show. When we look at the realities of men and women who are genetically related to the people written of in the Bible, who actually are the DNA representation of that life force, then you should understand that if we don't understand, like for instance, Brother Shannon brought up a great side note. The kingdom of Ethiopia, right? We all know that some of the true Semitic folks, when the Romans attacked, they went south into Ethiopia. That's why some allege the Ark of the Covenant is truly there, and other ancient Jewish not Jewish, but Hebrew artifacts, because Jewish is different. Most people confuse all these terms, and it's by design, brothers and sisters, that we are confused. But when you say things in a certain way, it cuts through all the lies. And the certain way has to be the truth. If we have been lied to on so many different levels, for so many different reasons, whatever the reasons, it's irrelevant. The only relevant point is now, moving forward. Do you want to continue carrying on the lies and half truths? Or do you really want to dig into the paperwork and get to the root of the thing? Brother Eric, welcome to the show. Peace, power, love, unity, and victory. And victory is ultimately liberation from all this foolishness. 2019, y'all, but we are still subject to the queen. Each and every one of us. 2019. Oh, you're like, true. That's not true. We're not subject to the queen. Dear friends, the Queen of England is by far, the most powerful individual on earth. In many respects. Oh, you're like, well, true. What about the Catholic? Don't forget, the good queen is also the Queen of Malta, the military arm of the church. The good queen is still head of the empire. Now, granted, the British do have their parliament and basically common form of government. All right. But those corporations, those financial houses, those are loyal to her. And without those institutions, all that common law ribbity rule doesn't even matter. I'm trying to get y'all to focus in on the real deal and the reason why people get their cars blown up. Reason why people have heart attacks all out of the blue. The reasons why young men and women are going to die here soon. Now it's the oil, true? No. It's geopolitical maneuvering. True. No, it's none of that. Satanic sacrifices of blood, like it's always been. You know, we always want to somehow look at the ancient people, especially the Aztecs, savages, hearts and drinking blood and all this crazy shit. But how many people died in blood sacrifices? And what I mean by blood sacrifices, meaning that if was not for the behavior of another human being, for all intents and purposes, you would have lived a normal lifespan. See, sacrificing doesn't necessarily have to mean you have to take a motherfucker to some sort of sacred, what is that, an altar, and you get a little dagger and cut them up. No. I mean, that's great for movies and plays and romantic novels and bullshit like that. But in reality, in the spiritual sense of the thing, all it means is to release a spirit from the vessel, from the body, in rapid succession. They might not know why they're dying, but the person who's implementing it knows why. And they know what they're feeding as those souls are being departed. But that's neither here nor there for today's conversation. I think I might have gotten ahead of myself. Hold on one second. Okay. That's odd. Whatever. I saw a strange car out front of the house. I'm not paranoid. I'm just vigilant. Okay, now let's get into this right here. We're going to try to impeach Trump. Who knows what's going to continue? Oh, come on. I don't want to do all of this. I'm not doing all that just to see a stupid little. All right, just stay right there. More, I need to just take some screen clips of this because I'm going to be referring to these pictures. And if I don't have them, if I have to keep on messing around every time I need to look at them for the TV viewers' benefit, then I don't know what I'm going to do. So, right now, we don't want to accept this. But here's the deal. All these guys know the one thing that can ensure their power, ensure the general public's compliance is what? A war. If a war was to kick off, oh God, if a war was to kick off right now, a hot one, people actually firing, at least drones come into contact constantly, then this impeachment will go away. Because if I'm not correct, remember when Bill Clinton was getting impeached? Didn't we go into Bosnia? Didn't that happen around about the same time? Oh, the real mathematics. Welcome to the show, brother. Hey, I checked out your video too, by the way, going down the highway. I thought there was going to be some commentary in it, but it was still a cool video. I thumbs upped it. Yeah, Joe Brown was on yesterday, brother. And it was a really, really cool show. I called him up out of the blue. And I was like, it was only supposed to be literally 15 minutes, ended up being 3 hours. Awesome content. I just don't understand why people aren't getting this, though. How come the news isn't talking about Parliament in the UK was deposed, basically shut down? Netanyahu is going to get indicted. Trump teetering on impeachment. The war in the intelligence community is getting out of hand, y'all. The war behind the scenes that people do not see is getting out of hand. We need to be understanding the time, the age of the nation state may be coming to an end, like the age of the city state. How many city states are there? There's just a handful. Vatican City. I think there's a couple more in Europe here and there. But for the most part, it's coming to an end. It might be time, Yao, and I'm not saying this, for the one world government to pop its ugly head. I mean, hell, when you look at all the nation's leaders, let's just do this. I just want to show you guys what's up, man. A picture of the world leaders. Let's just go to images, Yao. All right, this is the Asian crew, kind of. All right, you got Trump. You got the Chinese guys up front. That's what you do when you take a family photos. You put the kids up front, right? Then you put the grown-ups here and back. Now you got that dude from the Philippines, Boris, and Trump. But now let's see a real picture of the world leaders. I mean, not a real picture. That's obviously a real one. I don't know if you guys can see that. Might not be the biggest. I got to do something with the brightness, Yao, because I know the brightness on this is like if I try to manipulate it with my hands or whatever, the brightness on this monitor, this new one, is a little fat actually. But I'm just gonna count here. I see 1, 2, 3, 4. five. 5 melanated brothers out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 50 people up in here. And I see 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, 5 brothers. You see, Brother Chris, welcome to the show. Jay-Z Still, welcome to the show. Peace and power, unity and victory, brothers. Liberation. This is what I'm trying to get everyone to really see, man. And this computer's making it hard. Let's look at the world leaders, women. Hold on. Women in leadership. Yeah, it's still a little diverse crowd. Kind of heavy crowd though. Y'all can't see that. Let me pull it up. So how come? Oh goodness. Let me go back. That was the picture I was trying to look at. But look at that crew of Davros. Davros is like a think tank deal. Look at that crew. Not very diverse, is it? I mean, yeah, it's diverse women and men. There's probably straight and heterosexual, maybe a transgender or two. But it's not a very diverse crowd. Look at this. World leadership braces for Trump. And this is supposed to be the world leadership. Not really a diverse crowd there, folks. You see a couple of obvious. I got to pull this down. All right, that's better. Now, this is the G7 photo. You see a couple of Asians. I'm just saying, yeah. The thing is getting set. I really need to talk to this economist and get him on the show so that he can explain things in different ways. Look at Merkel. She's down there beaten by a different drum. Now, apparently, Mark says she's the only one that's holding up total fascism in Europe. Once they remove her, the far right can go. That's the state in which the world we're in. You look at these people. I mean, do you not get it? This guy right here can end all life on Earth as we know it, basically. I mean, sure, if you want to live after a nuclear disaster, go for it. That's like pitching a tent in Chernobyl. Hope you got some mutant wolf spray. This guy right here can start the calamity. This guy or this chick right here could leave and allow for the next Fuhrer to come into play. Don't forget, just like the fools want the South to rise, there's fools that want the Reich to rise again. You better let that sink in, brothers, sisters. There's people out there like how you wake up in the morning and you pray for probably yourself, your family, your loved ones, or you think about it, you meditate, whatever. These cats and chicks are meditating on a third or a fourth Reich. 1,000-year reign. So funny I say that in the next picture. It's rain. They don't sleep. Well, that meth does keep them up. That's for sure. Keep them up thinking about diabolical plans. It keeps them up thinking about how to harm other human beings, whether it be on the job or in the streets. It keeps them up thinking about nasty things they're going to do to to young people and old people alike up there in the nursing homes? You guys think somehow the kids and the elderly aren't touched by this thing? They are, in various ways. Until we start dealing with the root of the global conflicts, the root of strife and suffering on planet Earth here, buckle up. It's going to be a celebration. It's going to be a blood ladder. There's going to be more human blood sacrifices, and spiritual beasts will be fed on themselves. And the circle and the kicker is, where do you think all the science and high technology is coming from? You really think it's motherfuckers who believe in they can turn lead into gold and writing down a couple of things, and someone else picks that up and works on it, and someone else picks that up and works on it, and just naturally evolves? No, there's huge leaps and bounds. We call them geniuses. Oh, they're geniuses. Yeah. Oh. I call them in tuned. You can open yourselves up to many things: the truth, the lie, somewhere in between. But once you get spiritually connected and you're getting it from the true spirit and it's truthful 100%, that's when you can actually be ambitious. That's when you can actually make moves. But until you're, as long as you stay spiritually disconnected, you will be aware of these things, but you will not have the ability to combat them. You'll be at a technological advantage right off the bat. To break it down in a simple analogy, let's say that we're all just tribal people living in the woods. One of the community decides to start communing with an evil spirit. Just to keep it simple, this evil spirit teaches it the art of going out and digging up a certain rock and building a fire and melting that shit and pouring it into a cast, and now you have a knife. Now this asswipe comes back to our little peaceful village. Everyone's just picking berries, eating fruit. This motherfucker, no, I'm the king. Someone stands up. What do you mean? They get stick. Oh, he's the king. All hail the king. That's how it ultimately works. Now you can replace the sword with nuclear devices, hollow point bullets, rifling barrels, guns in general. The tool doesn't matter. It's the spirit in which the tool was given and received that really counts. Now, the same old boy that communed with the spirit to make the sword could have made a shovel or a plow. Our problem now is that our spirits are, for the most part, unless you work on it, because of programming in the society, it's already auto set to wickedness. Let's just get that out there right now. Most people's spirit, if they don't work on it and they don't practice spiritual exercises, is automatically set to wicked, dude. Preset. That's how it goes. Not saying, once again, being wicked does not have a tangible effect for real until you die. In life, you could be wicked and still be wealthy, still be fed, still be clothed, still be sheltered. You could even go so far as to use your wickedry to harm other human beings. That's all allowed, yeah, because that's your debt. We're all like at a bar. I'm like, give me a shot of happiness. Come on, we want pictures of joy around here. We're running up a tab. Or we can be like, we want pain and misery, suffering and death. Running up the tab. When you leave the bar, you got to pay your tab. Joy and happiness spiritually costs a lot less than hatred and anger. I guess what really needs to happen is we should have an honest conversation in this nation about what it really means to be a U.S. citizen. No holds barred, no holding back. What does it mean? What is in it for you, brother Air, brother Chris, the real mathematics, brother Shannon, sister Alexandria, brother Marty, brother Jay Brown? What is in it for you to be a U.S. citizen? What does it mean? What do you get out of it? Do you get redlining and a one-way ticket to wartime when it comes? Do you get higher incarceration rates, poor scores on standardized testing? And do you get the common sense of being accepted and appreciated like all humans desire? And if not, then let's go about changing that. You know how a lot of people always talk crap about President Bush's No Child Left Behind. Now, in theory, it was good. I just pray and work. That's right, brother Chris. That's what most of us have to do or desire to do in some cases. But ultimately, what brother Chris just said right there, I just pray and work. 5 words that sums up our very existence. Sister Janice, peace, love, power, unity, victory, liberation. Welcome to the show. Glad the Most High got you up and got you in here today. I want to make a note that today is September 26, 2019. And hopefully this video gets shared. I really would appreciate that. But hopefully it touches the right ear that needs to hear this particular message, because this message isn't for everybody. You know, some people are just wrapped up in science. Some people, just don't want to accept or believe, and that's fine. That's totally cool. I'm not interested in that aspect. I'm just interested in what actions are you willing to carry out in the now? Are you willing to help for the collective liberation of everybody, or do you just not care? Because I actually care about freedom. I actually care about the notion of being able to achieve the things that you want to achieve with the time that you have. Yes, I know that as you go through life, young people, it may get boring or it may get monotonous. But believe me, once you get to a certain age, you realize every day was precious, and shame on you for not making the most of that time. Don't end up being regretful of missing out on information. Read books, watch documentaries, go to your local libraries, actually research county records. Get a sense of where you're at. Get a sense of your community. I know this. I hope, I sincerely hope that the audio stays strong. I mean, sister, I've been under attack. I feel like I've been in World War One. I am in the trenches. Just been under siege. If it's not, the machine gun, it's artillery. If it's not that, it's the random airplane dropping a bomb. You know, but the flag, even though it's tattered, Even though we're low on ammo, we still got our bayonets, and we still have the heart to carry on. Thank God for that last bit. Because I'm all too aware now. Life can be snuffed from you at a moment's notice. Like that. I'm not talking about murder or not. I'm just saying natural. Your organs can fail. And that's another thing. Young folks, be mindful of your health and your wellness. In the end, it's only going to matter to you. Not all of you are going to make it, obviously. No one makes it out of life alive. But hopefully, if you take heed to these words, your quality of life, your standard of life will be significantly better if moving forward from the now, right now, you're consciously aware of what you eat, what you drink, and what you ingest into your body overall. Now, Sister Janice, what do you think about the Joker movie? It looks like a psycho against the military, psyops against the military. Well, I did happen to read the story today. And once again, this goes back to the attack on the West, which is the title of the show. The story was saying that military intelligence received basically or intercepted messages on the dark web. Now, we all been to the dark web. I took you all to the dark web on this show before. You know that there's a lot of anonymity. So therefore, it's really odd. In anonymity, a lot of truth comes out. See, this is so weird. A lot of people, as long as you don't know who or what they are, they'll come up here and tell you the damn truth. 100. But as soon as you identify this, and oh well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I'm just backstepping on that, yeah. And that's what is going on. The dark web, the web in general was made by the United States military. It was a DARPA project. All right. From day one, they were watching all your emails. From day one, this wasn't new. They didn't have to make an algorithm. It was already built into the beast. You think they're going to spend this kind of money and let people do whatever they... No, sir. No, ma'am. They gave you the illusion that you're they gave you the illusion that you're anonymous. Because let me break it down in a very simple, non-technical way, but you can apply it to the technical side of the situation. Whatever path the electricity takes to send the information from this microphone to your speaker is charted in the machine world, in the machine matrix, let's say. And whatever mechanisms drives that traffic to point A and back to point B knows what it's doing. So all you have to do is access the administrative side of that. Like right now, most of you guys don't realize YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all of them have the side that you commonly use as the regular user. Let's say the average happy-go-lucky user. But there's also administrative pages that people can log into with the proper credentials and vetting. And they can see messages. They can manipulate everything. Quite literally everything. You don't want to accept this because, oh my God, I have a right to freedom. I'm privacy. Yeah, you do. It's called stay off an open fucking deal. And when you need to say something private, you call that person over to your house and you whisper it in their ear. There's your freedom, bud. And you better make sure your cell phone ain't there because they'll hear your whisper. We have gotten to such a point. All they got to do is make a law. We got to chip everybody for medical reasons. You could have a bad heart. You could have bad kidneys. You could have bad liver. You can have bad lungs. You can have bad brain. These chips will monitor you, and we'll also know that you have the ability to pay when medical services are rendered. No more of that coming in, and we don't know who you are. We just scan you like you're a block of cheese from Walmart, and we'll call it good. Facebook, Instagram, FBI, all the way. NSA, DOD, CIA, and don't forget 123. You got to look at the realities, folks, that most of these intelligent officers, especially dealing in the Western world, in particular to Europe, were basically ex-SS men and women that converted to the US, apparently, instead of the Russians at the time. You know, how many German scientists did the UK allow to come into their country after the war? You know, maybe they allowed the scientists that made the V2 rockets that blew up London and terrorized the citizens. Maybe they put them in a fancy dancy facility to help the British army in some way, shape, or form. Or how many French, after France was liberated, took in Nazi, let's just say, agents or whatever into their operations, physically or logically. White beta male revenge movie, just like the political Brother Air talking about, I'm assuming the Joker movie. White beta male revenge movie, just like the political and white supremacists who don't want to engage physically with alpha black males, physically or logically or spiritually. They know, Brother Eric. They keep you from your spiritual connections. They keep brothers separated based upon whatever criteria. Then, yeah, 50 or 100 beta males can overwhelm one alpha male of any race. That goes down in jail all the time. You could be a big badass, go in that motherfucker. 5 dudes jump you, stick you up, and you're out the game. This is what's going on in society. Now, we commonly refer to it as racism, hatred, but that's what it ultimately is. It's the pack mentality mixed with the predator instinct. They're like, well, we know that those fucking well, the gazelles finally band together and said, you know what? Fuck this. We got these fucking horns on our heads. There's 20 of you little bucks. You guys follow me, and they start tearing those lions' asses up. I mean, yeah, one would get bit, but the other ones just start impaling the shit out of the lions in the sides. Lions will quit fucking around with those herds. Lions will start eating frogs and fish. Shit without horns. Until we get to the point, gazelles, sheeple, goats, pigs, all the animals on the farm, until we get to the point to where we're tired of being product. We're tired of basically being contraband, meant to be used. And fight back, unite and fight back. Yeah, one of us can get the whammy. Be prepared. One is going to get the whammy, but the others will get liberation. What more is there to say? If you don't pack up, the pack will get you. If you don't stand up, you will never get a hand up. You have to have love, and you have to get to the point to where if your life is going to matter, in the overall scheme of things. And this is totally vanity, and this is vain, which most of our actions actually equates to vanity. You will never be liberated. You will forever be on your knees. And even your own descendants will spit upon your name. Right now, we have the power, we have the knowledge. All we need is the muscle and unity and money. And money. Not going to lie. And if we don't, or if we won't, then that's our fate. I do everything to try to avert it, try to exit out and make a new one. But the reality is, I can't do it alone. I openly say I need your help. Openly say I need for us to spiritually unite. So the energy will flow through us. My dog's name. The military is at least 60 years ahead of the public. That's what I'm talking about, Janice. And let me clarify. This is why I want to clarify the fight. How do we battle? All right. Only a fool, and I'm gonna tell you, I don't care how slick he sounds or she sounds. Only a fool will march you head on militarily against this beast. Now you're gonna have to give up the fear of death for sure. But death cannot be the objective. Because the most powerful force or the most powerful element of the beast is the military wing. The weakest link in the beast is the people. The weakest link in the machine is the people becoming conscious. The nuclear bomb that will eradicate the machine is the people desiring to be a part of humanity, to be part of unity, to be a part of you're not my enemy, you're my brother, you're my sister, you're not my oppressor, you're my liberator. But if you can't, or if you won't work towards that goal, if you're dead set on a military confrontation, you're going to lose. And I'm not being a defeatist. I'm not being a naysayer. I respect the spirit of what you're talking about. I respect the bravery and sense of duty. And even one could almost argue the sense of honor that entails to try to carry out something like that. But I do not respect the outcome of knowing that you're sending men, women, and children to their slaughter, whether it's by lead poisoning in the water, asthma through the chemtrails, or death by basically hatred of each other on the streets. Because at the end of the time that will begin the new time, Man will have to appear to be so wicked and so out of control that the lords of the chaos will bring in what they want to bring in anyhow. That's total control. And they'll be able to use the savage tree that was allowed to go like a wolf in the fields to eat and devour before the shepherd and the dogs come out to subdue the wolf. And that would be the justification for the total control. No more TPIM, no more dissent, no more talking out of character. You better walk the line or you're an enemy of the state and you will be dealt with by summary execution on the spot. That's total control. How hard would it be to put a little piece of C4 in a cell phone and detonate that bitch remote controller? Most people so stupid have that shit up to their head, and when they're talking, yappity yap, this government sucks, kaboom, blows them up. Brother Air, you have a small group of awesome, intelligent, and intellectual with powerful spirits. Instead of 1,000 followers, yes, Lordy, amen. Right on, brother. When we're dealing with spiritual matters, it's not so much the numerical value as the heart. And that's why I say all the time, this audience, you chatters, and I don't say this just to bloat your ego. I'll be honest, if y'all wasn't about shit, I'll be like, you know what? I have some of the shittiest fucking audience, the shittiest fucking people ever. I would say that. But that's not the case. You guys are in tune. You're down to earth and you're rational people. Good people. Now, do I know all your backstories? No, I don't. But I get a sense of your spirit over time. Sister Janice. Patrick, think on this. They claim Trump is involved in the Ukraine. But what about him talking to Australian Prime Minister on how to take American guns? Wow. Now that's very unpopular. That's very uncomfortable there. Don't forget, he's supposed to be the second coming, sister. Janice, he ain't going to take our guns. That's why AT&T is such a horrible company. AT&T helped disarm Australia. And did it really help? I mean, wasn't the Church Christ guys that shot up people an Australian citizen? This is what I'm talking about. The people who have hate in their heart wake up every day with hate. Some will argue it's fear, but it's hate. In 2019, people are still tripping. Oh, I don't want this person to see because color of their skin, texture of their hair. These people are evil, man. We got to suppress these mugs. Still that mindset. And then you have liberals tell you, oh, we just got to, they got mental problems. Got to work with them. No, man, fuck. How long we got to work? 60s? Working. 30s? Fucking working. After the Civil War happened, working. But this motherfucker, and nobody's still alive from them days, but those attitudes are still here. Why? Again, just like love can be passed down, damn it, hate can be too. And here's the kicker. The true hater is almost immune because of this philosophical enigma. If the righteous kills the unrighteous, when that almost makes them just basically just as unrighteous as the unrighteous. It's just that they had a little more power. But the fallacy and the lie in that is, as long as the righteous do the unrighteous in like that, totally and completely, no survivors. who's left to complain? Point blank, who's left to complain? If you're going to do warfare, you have to do it complete and utterly. If not, then what you're ultimately doing is power plays to ensure that the government gets more power over time. Because the government will be viewed as the only thing that can save the citizen from the quote unquote enemy. And here's the sick part about it. If you don't do total and complete war like that, you'll find that a lot of your financial institutions are actually funding the enemy, meaning they're giving the enemy bullets, they're giving the enemy medicine, they're giving the enemy blankets, they're giving the enemy food, so that the enemy can hold on and continue to be the threat the government needs to oppress the citizen. But when you have total war, the government will be far removed from trying to mess around with the citizenry. Because don't forget, these people just wiped out some people. That's the enigma. They are transforming their hate on us. We now are racist and hate speakers. Oh, brother Air, ain't that the truth? We are the haters. We're the racists. We're the ones who are the hate. And wow. Because the only thing we want is liberation. The only thing I want is, brother Air, for you to walk down the fucking street and be shown dignity. The only thing I desire is for Sister Janice to be able to walk down the street and have fucking respect given to her. But I'm a hater. I'm the intolerant motherfucker. It's disgusting. It is truly disgusting. And you can see the code word for that is whatever they call a black person, a melanated person, a racist or whatever. That's not a compliant slave. That's the code word. You're a racist, but what they're really doing, you're not a compliant slave. So the first opportunity when these cameras aren't around, we're going to get you, boy or girl. We're going to get you. We're going to have a picnic. And you're going to be the nick we pick. So put that in your top eye. And look at that picture. Like I said, the spirit, man, we are not here because of anybody. We are quite literally here in spite of everybody. We are strivers and survivors. That's what we do. I'm talking about human beings as a whole, as a totality. Not just one group, everybody. We are here in spite of our leaders. We are here in spite of our haters. We are here in spite of the terrorists. Brothers and sisters, I want to end the show on that high note. That we are here in spite of. Not because of, but in spite of. And may that light the fire in your chi to be a better you today. Thank you all, the viewers and watchers. This has been TPIM SR Live. Today's date, September 26, 2019, the year of our Lord. My name is True Powers Mine. And I ask you, live your life of integrity without hate, envy, or greed. And as always, brothers and sisters, let's try to be kinder to each other. Peace, power, unity, love, respect, dignity, victory, liberation, and positive vibrations. Peace, and I'm out.